My name is Jeff Kunstler, and I'm excited to be hosting this presentation. I know I've worked with many of you before on different RightFax projects, and I look forward to working with you again in the future. First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Advantage Technologies. Advantage is a leading provider and integrator of RightFax, CloudFax, and document delivery software for over 27 years. We are one of the few OpenText partners to be recognized as an authorized support provider, also known as ASP. Our help desk is based out of North America and is fully certified. Our global customer base includes Fortune 100 companies, major hospitals, and government agencies. And I am proud to announce that we were recently awarded the OpenText Regional Partner of the Year Award. In this webinar, we're going to cover the latest developments in RightFax. We're going to walk you through a smarter way to process inbound documents. We're going to discuss analytics, monitoring, and alerting. These are add-ons for RightFax, and show you the benefits of working with the RightFax experts for any support, upgrades, or PS projects. With that, let's get started with what's new in RightFax 24.4. Let's talk about some of the new features introduced with the release of RightFax 24.4. As for security, RightFax 24.4 now lets you view the phone book entries of other users using the delegate permissions instead of sharing. This makes it much easier and is a more secure way of sharing phone books. With every new version of RightFax, the fax utility web becomes more powerful and is now the primary application for sending and receiving faxes. With this version, they introduced a confirmation page for failed faxes and a user permission for automatic forwarding of faxes. With improvements to EFM and WebAdmin, new hyperlinks now enable administrators to quickly access services showing recent errors or warnings, while enhanced styling rule management simplifies system oversight through options to duplicate and toggle rules. Another major upgrade introduced in RightFax 24.4 is the ability for users to receive faxes via multiple inbound routing methods. This would allow a user to receive a fax from a network folder while also receiving the fax as an email attachment. With OAuth 2.0 quickly becoming the preferred method for authenticating, RightFax 24.4 OpenID Connect enhancements make it more secure and easy to configure. Reporting has also been upgraded, where the service usage report now supports summarization by server, group, or user, and custom reports can be added easily to provide deeper insights into system performance. In healthcare, tight integration between RightFax and EMRs is imperative. With the addition of the Meditect EMR integration, RightFax now is fully integrated with all the major EMRs, including Epic, Veradigm, Cerner, and Allscripts. These integrations keep medical records secure, HIPAA compliant, and efficient. I also wanted to talk about some of the new features of RightFax 23.4. One of the new features I wanted to discuss is the print-to-fax web. The print-to-fax web allows your users who work in the field to easily use the print-to-fax function. This new printer uses standard HTTPS ports to transmit the print job back to your RightFax server, so no additional ports need to be open on your firewall. RightFax 23.4 now fully supports Xerox MFP devices with third-generation browsers. So if you're planning on purchasing new Xerox MFP devices, now would be a great time to upgrade. If you are migrating from basic Active Directory authentication to OpenID, we now have the ability to automatically convert your users and enable single sign-on. RightFax 23.4 can search large RightFax phone books much quicker than previous versions. Another new feature is the ability to turn on pop-up fax notifications when a new fax is received. And finally, RightFax applications and services now write logs to a common location under Program Data, RightFax Logs. This makes it much easier to troubleshoot system issues. So when I started working on this webinar, I was on the fence if I wanted to do a live demo. And my thought process was that a lot of the new features are behind the scenes. For example, we talked about OAuth. We talked about integrations with EMRs like Cerner and Allscripts. We talked about some other new security features, and it's really hard to demo that. But then I thought there are a couple of new features that I would like to show you guys. So let's do a short demo just to show you a couple of new things I can show you on the screen. So this is my RightFax 24.4 system. So the first thing I want to do is bring up the Enterprise Fax Manager and show you a couple of the new features. So if I go into services, you'll notice these new recent warnings and recent error hyperlinks. It's kind of neat. So now you get a really nice view of how your services are running. Are they generating any warnings or errors? So let's see, I got a couple of red alarms here for my server module. So I can click right on that hyperlink. And then what'll happen is it's going to bring me over to show me the error. There it goes, right into it. So it brings me right to the errors, and there they are. And I can double click to go deeper into it if I want. And there they are. So that's a pretty nice new feature just introduced in 24.4. In my opinion, is the biggest one right here. So if you go into users, and I talked about it, but I want to show you, and I pick any user. Let's pick my own user. So as always, I can go like this and type in JEFF, go right into my user. Yep, I was updated from Active Directory. That's pretty normal. If I go into my routing tab, you'll see a very different looking field here. Every version up to now, RightFax always had a routing tab, and you would always put in your routing code, but you didn't have routes. You had a drop down and you had to choose a particular route. You can either leave the fax within fax mailbox, you can deliver SMTP, Exchange, FTP, maybe deliver to a network folder, but it was one or the other. 24.4 introduced multiple routes, and it's really simple. You can see right now in my account, my fax comes in, it delivers to the fax mailbox, and then SMTP email goes to me. I want another one. Let's say I also want to deliver to a network folder. I do new, network directory, maybe I want a PDF. I'm going to deliver it to the C drive, and I will do C : /faxes /7/1. So this is going to deliver it to a folder on the RightFax server called faxes. ~7 will create a user ID, and ~1 will put in the date. And I hit OK, and now I have 3 routes for one fax number. Pretty neat. As I mentioned, just introduced in 24.4. Okay, another thing from Enterprise Fax Manager that's brand new is this FCL dashboard. Not that powerful and not that important unless you're using the integration module. If you're using the integration module, RightFax has a job language called fax control language, and it's tags that you put in from mainframes or from text files to automate faxing. If you do any of that and you have errors in your jobs, it'll list it here. So those are the big changes within the Fax Manager. The other thing I wanted to show you is some minor changes within the Fax Utility Web Edition. So I'm going to bring up that right here. I'm going to click on that. And as always, it brings me right into my own account. It is single sign-on enabled. And you could say I have some stuff here. So one of the big differences now is within delegates now, if I want to share my phone book, if I want to share this phone book, and I do have entries, you'll see them here with someone else. I used to have to do it a little clunky. I'd have to set it up under options and add users, then allow them to either get to it with passwords without or make it totally public. So now it's much more granular. I can go into delegates and define who has access to mine. So if I want to give Craig O'Hearn access to my phone book, which I think I did earlier, I'll edit it. You'll see what I did is I created a special role called View Phone Book. And all it is I check this one box. So I check this box and I created a custom role. Now I can assign anyone I want access to view my phone book. So really nice way of creating custom and shared phone books. So you can even set up a fake user in RightFax, put all your phone books there, and then give certain groups and users read access, and they can easily get to those phone books. Okay, and while we're here, I know most of you already are running RightFax, but I just wanted to show you how streamlined and fast it is creating a fax now within the Fax Utility Web. So it's new fax. Click here, it brings up the interface to fax. I can start typing. numbers, and you can see it'll fill it out for me. It'll also try to match it. Let me get rid of that. Whoops. It'll try to match it with fax numbers. Let me X out of that. There it is. Fax numbers and information that are already in my phone book. So there I am. When I click on my name, you'll notice it populates a bunch of fields. Pretty nice. I can add my add my attachments. Really easy. Click add files. Just like always, browse to any printable document. I have one right here. Let's try this one. There it is. It's attached. I can view my cover sheets or change them. So let's look at this cover sheet. Really nice. I'm going to keep this one. And you can see my information's already populated. I was pulled in from AD, so it has all my information. As always, I do have the ability to delay send. Click here and pick a date and time when I want the fax to go out. Change my priority and a hold for preview. I'll do a hold for preview for fun. And this is ready to go. So you can see, pretty nice, streamlined, and quick. No reason to use the thick client at all. I would think every feature that you have with the thick client is now available with the Fax Utility Web. I'm going to hit send, and it's off. So if we wait a few seconds, we will see the fax shows up. It's creating it. Here's all the metadata, the date, who is sending it to and from, the fax number. Right now, it only knows about the cover sheet. If we wait a few more seconds, you'll see it'll say cover plus whatever the attachments are. Okay, so now it created the fax, and now it has it's 18 pages plus a cover sheet. Next thing will be the send. So we'll wait. Well, it goes back to cover conversion, but I think it already created the cover sheet, but you'll see that it'll be sending it in a few seconds. Okay, great. So now I've been saying sending, but remember I said held for preview. I checked it. So it's waiting for me to preview it. Really easy. I double click on it. Once I double click, it shows up in the viewer. As always, nothing really changed much in the viewer. I could then make sure all the pages look the way I want it to look by just sliding it down. It's really easy. Yep, looks great. I want to send this, so I go fax, status, release. And now when I close this, it's on its way. Scheduled, so it's going to fax it. So that's it for the demo. I really just wanted to show you a couple of the new features and quickly show you how to send a fax. As I mentioned, I know most of you know how to send a fax, but those of you who don't have the newer versions, either RightFax 23.4 or 24.4, I wanted you to see the new Fax Utility Web Edition. I hope everyone enjoyed the demo. We're going to get back to the slide presentation and talk a little bit about RightFax Connect. OpenText RightFax Connect is a cloud-based fax transmission service that integrates with RightFax. It eliminates the need for traditional telephony infrastructure such as fax boards, gateways, or dedicated phone lines by enabling secure, scalable, and efficient digital faxing via the cloud. These are some of the key features and benefits of RightFax Connect. It is a fully cloud-based fax transmission service. It removes the need for on-premise phone lines, SIP trunks, or PRI connections. RightFax Connect works natively with OpenText RightFax servers and simplifies deployment and reduces maintenance costs. RightFax Connect supports compliance with government regulations such as HIPAA, GDPR, and SOX. And all transmissions are fully encrypted to ensure secure document handling. It scales up or down based on business faxing needs and is ideal for organizations with high volume or fluctuating fax usage. It eliminates costly long-distance and international faxing fees while using cloud-based routing to optimize fax delivery. Built-in redundancy ensures fax uptime and delivery success and reduces the risk of fax transmission failures common with analog lines. Since it is a cloud-based service, it reduces IT workload and operational overhead. On the previous slide, I showed how it was possible to move your telecom connection to the cloud using RightFax Connect. On this slide, I'm going to show how it's possible to move your entire RightFax server into the cloud. Hosted RightFax provides several advantages over on-premise deployments, making it an attractive choice for businesses looking to modernize their faxing infrastructure. Here are some key benefits of hosted RightFax. First, it eliminates the need for expensive on-premise servers, fax boards, and telecom infrastructure, and it reduces costs related to maintenance upgrades, and IT staff support. Hosted Fax uses a subscription-based model, allowing predictable operational expenses, OpEx, instead of high capital expenses, CapEx. It easily scales fax capability up or down based on business needs without major infrastructure changes and supports businesses of all sizes, from small organizations to large enterprises. Hosted solutions are maintained in a secure data center with redundancy, ensuring high availability, while disaster recovery and failure capabilities minimize downtime risks. All transmissions are secure via encryption, and audit trails ensures data integrity and confidentiality. System maintenance, software upgrades, and troubleshooting are all the responsibility of the provider, which reduces IT burden and allows internal teams to focus on core business functions. Hosted RightFax seamlessly integrates with email systems, ERPs, CRMs, and document management platforms, and improves workflow automation and document processing efficiency. Employees can send and receive faxes securely from anywhere using web-based portals or email, while eliminating dependency on physical fax machines, supporting hybrid and remote work environments. With your fax server in a hosted environment, backup and disaster recovery strategies are implemented, ensuring uninterrupted fax operations while protecting your system from local server failures or power outages. Moving to the cloud can be done quickly and seamlessly without needing an extensive on-premise installation, while automatic updates ensure access to the latest features and security patches. With the amazing advancements of artificial intelligence and optical character recognition, we can now intelligently automate the processing of faxes. Let's dive a little deeper into this exciting new technology. Intelligent document processing streamlines workflows and data entry necessary for received faxes. Using some of the newest technologies, such as machine learning and artificial intelligence, organizations can leverage the benefits of intelligent document processing, also known as IDP, for their received faxes. IDP can be configured to classify documents, extract key data, and route documents based on the extracted data. On this slide, you can see how intelligent document processing offers operational efficiency improvements. Let's go through some of them. First, time savings. Many organizations report processing times cut by over 75% after automating document workflows with Advantage IDP. This reduction in time directly translates into cost savings, as administrative staff spends less time on manual tasks. IDP also allows for staff relocation. By automating manual processes like data entry and classification, organizations can relocate staff to move more valuable-driven activities, increasing operational productivity without additional hiring. Some organizations saw a 30 to 40% reduction in manual workload. Another benefit is cost reductions. Automating data entry and document classification can reduce administrative labor costs by 20 to 50%. For example, one case study reported a 500% increase in document processing efficiency, reducing the need for overtime and extra staffing. Finally, a reduction in errors. Manual document processing, especially in healthcare, is prone to human error, which can be costly. Automating document capture and data extraction can reduce errors by up to 90%, leading to fewer denied insurance claims and more accurate billing. If we follow the slide from left to right, you can see there are 7 individual steps that are performed on a document so it can be accurately classified, extracted, validated, and delivered. Let's go over some of the details of this process. Faxes are typically difficult documents for OCR engines to process accurately. For those of you who are not familiar with OCR, OCR stands for Optical Character Recognition and is a technology that converts different types of documents, such as faxes and scanned paper documents, or PDFs, into editable and searchable data. It works by analyzing the text in images or scanned documents, recognizing the characters, and transforming them into digital text. First-generation OCR engines did an okay job, but now with cloud-based OCR services like Google Cloud Vision and Azure Cognitive Services, OCR can accurately recognize handwriting and even script. Document classification with Advantage IDP leverages AI, machine learning, and advanced OCR to automate the identification and classification of different document types. This reduces manual effort, improves accuracy, and integrates seamlessly with enterprise systems to boost operational efficiency. After categorization, the software assigns a confidence score to each classification. This score indicates how confident the system is that the document has been correctly classified. If the score falls below a certain threshold, it can trigger a manual review to ensure accuracy. The confidence score can be adjusted on a percentage scale. So if you wanted every document or every data extraction to be reviewed by a human, you can set it to 100%. In most cases, setting the confidence score to about 90% will allow you to fully automate all your documents, but will still require a human to review the few documents and data extractions that the system was not confident enough to continue processing. Advantage IDP uses supervised learning to improve accuracy over time. As users verify or correct classifications, the system learns from these adjustments, refining its categorization and becoming more precise as it processes more documents. This is a perfect example of how Advantage IDP uses machine learning to improve throughput and efficiency. Data extraction in Advantage IDP is a powerful automated process to capture relevant information from a variety of document types. By automating the extraction process, organizations can reduce manual effort, increase accuracy, and enhance the efficiency of their document workflows. The system once again uses AI and machine learning to detect key information without predefined zones. It searches the entire document to locate and extract the relevant data fields based on patterns, keywords, and context. Since the extraction rules are not zonal, Advantage IDP can easily handle different variations of the same document type, even if the data is in different locations on the page or labeled differently. After extracting data, Advantage IDP applies built-in validation rules to ensure accuracy. For example, it can validate that a data field contains a valid date format, or check that an invoice total matches the sum of its line items. If discrepancies or low confidence extractions occur, the system can flag these for manual review. As users interact with the system, correcting any errors or verifying data, Advantage IDP learns from these interactions. This machine learning feedback loop helps improve future data extraction accuracy, especially for free-form or complex documents. Once the data is extracted and validated, it can be seamlessly exported into other enterprise systems such as EHRs, ERP, CRM, or document management systems. The extracted data can be exported into various formats, including CSV, XML, JSON, HL7, or integrated directly via APIs into these systems. Let's talk about our FaxPulse suite of add-on software for RightFax. FaxPulse Business Intelligence, also known as FaxPulse BI, is an analytics and monitoring add-on for RightFax. FaxPulse BI can be used to isolate issues from your RightFax server. Issues can include transmission errors, conversion errors, or unavailable resources. FaxPulse BI can be used to maximize the usage of your RightFax channels based on time of day usage, individual or group usage, and day, week, month, or year usage. Since it is such a powerful and full-featured add-on, I would recommend you contact your sales associate for a demo of the product. This is really the only way you'll get to see all the features of this powerful tool. FaxPulse Monitoring and Alerting, also known as FaxPulse M&A, is an amazing tool for monitoring all your RightFax processes. FaxPulse M&A will detect system failures, transmission errors, queue buildups, and notify administrators of these issues with a real-time email describing the problem. This will dramatically reduce response times and reduce administrative overhead. And for a limited time, we are offering 1 free year of this service to our current and new RightFax customers. Our FaxPulse Automated Inbound, also known as FaxPulse AI, is a great tool to verify your inbound faxing is working correctly. FaxPulse AI will track an inbound fax from the time your server receives the call all the way to various workflows, such as network folder, email, or delivery into an application. FaxPulse AI will also send you an email if there is a phone line problem. Over the next few slides, we'll talk about Advantage support and our upgrade processes. Okay, let's talk about our award-winning support from Advantage Technologies. We have a team of highly trained, RightFax certified experts with years of experience in troubleshooting, implementation, and optimization. Our team has an in-depth knowledge of integrations with Microsoft 365, cloud solutions, EMRs, and other enterprise applications. We offer 24/7 support plans with multiple service levels, including on-demand, managed services, and premium support options. Our custom solutions and integrations are tailored to meet specific business needs, and our expertise in integrating RightFax with SAP, Epic, Cerner, and other critical business applications is the best in the industry. Our escalation process ensures that complex issues get resolved quickly with direct vendor support and priority case handling with OpenText for critical issues. We offer comprehensive training and documentation and in-depth user and admin training for seamless RightFax operations. Our customers all have access to our portal, knowledge base, best practices, and troubleshooting guides. Let me walk you through a typical Advantage upgrade PS project. We start with project planning, which includes documenting all integrations. We then will look at your current design and propose design improvements, and finally develop a detailed project plan. We will then build out your new environment with a fresh installation, configure your new environment to match your current production environment, and migrate your users and faxes to the new system. Once the new environment is complete, we will thoroughly test all integrations, resolve any issues, and work closely with your end users to ensure they are comfortable with the new system and ready to cut over. Finally, we will schedule the system cutover, which entails pointing all users and applications to the new environment and pointing all your inbound fax numbers to the new environment. Performing the upgrade this way guarantees minimal system downtime and a very easy rollback plan. We will continue to test and monitor the system after cutover. Let's go over the key takeaways from today's webinar. With new security features, more integrations, and better functionality, now is a great time to upgrade to RightFax 24.4. RightFax Connect and hosted RightFax make it very easy to move your RightFax environment to the cloud. Intelligent document processing can save your company time and money by automating the classification, extraction, and delivery of faxes. Our FaxPulse suite of add-on software can really help with monitoring, troubleshooting, and reporting on the health of your RightFax server. And finally, Advantage Technologies' award-winning support and PS services will help keep your RightFax server up and running and optimized for your environment.